Candace Box here. I am your spiritual coach and energy healer. So happy to be here today to wish you all a happy 11/11/22. Whoop whoop. I don't know about you, but I've always loved this number. And when it is here, it's almost like the magic is just coursing around you, around me, around everyone, and it's like trying to tickle us and remind us of the powers that we have inside, which is to create and manifest our heart's desires, right? And I wanted to come live to you today because, first of all, I'm really excited. I have a new endeavor that I'm going to be doing with a really good friend. Her name is Adriana, and she is part of Fuerte Fitness. And she's doing this holiday challenge where she's going to be introducing things like fitness and stretching and eating healthy. And I'm going to be doing the portion on mindset and mindfulness and clearing your energies. And I'm really excited about this because we have been friends for about, decades, really. And we're joining our communities to begin to be in a place where we can share in this holiday season and get ourselves fit and get into a place where we build a strong foundation, mind, body, spirit, and emotion. And it's something that is near and dear to me because for me, I know that with the new year coming, I'm finding like I am a little on rocky ground. Things have been changing in my life immensely. And as I focus on these four pillars, mind, body, spirit, and emotion, I can really take off in the new year because truly, right now we're in that wonderful Scorpio season, right? And Scorpio is all about transformation, being able to burn up all the things that no longer serve us so that they are in the ashes, and from that we can be reborn anew. And then Sagittarius is going to hit, and it's basically that wonderful centaur pointing directly at where it wants to go. But when we don't know where we are and let go of what we don't want, then it's harder to point in that direction, right? So when December comes, or end of November, we're going to be looking at all the things that we want to put our energy to, right? The things that we do prefer rather than the things we don't prefer. Because honestly, right now, a lot of us are putting energy in what we don't prefer. So we're actually popping right now. But maybe, just maybe, we're popping because we're needing to feel this. We're needing to see these things because it's here in our purview. And if it's causing us distress or heavy emotions, then it's something that is wanting to be healed because it's revealing itself. So it's time to acknowledge those, pay attention, be with yourself so you can build this relationship with yourself, transform it, and start pointing yourself in the right direction of where you want to go. So after Sagittarian energy is Capricorn energy. And guess what Capricorn energy is? It's like goat that's like one step in front of the other, literally traversing up the mountain or down the mountain or around the mountain of whatever it is that you desire. So here we are, like really in preparation mode. And if we are aware of where we are, and especially on this day, we can start to manifest some amazing things. And some of the things, because you have already been working on it, are like boom, 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 like popping up like wildfire, right? Because you've been nurturing them throughout the whole entire year. And here in this last part, it's like, yes, baby. And if not, then there's a little bit of rewriting your story and giving yourself time to kind of figure out what that is and reassess and go, what works for me and what doesn't work for me, right? So now we're moving into the holiday season. And guess what? A lot of us go unconscious. We go unconscious because this whole season already has so many beliefs and ideas and even limitations that literally put a box around our experiences. So when we do the holiday challenge, we're going to be opening that up, giving you some awareness into the patterns that you may be stuck in, or the behaviors that you're doing, or even the self-sabotage you're creating in your life where you're not taking care of your body, you're not taking care of your mind, you're not taking care of your heart or even your spirit because you're just going through the motions. So I'm really excited to share it with you. So I'm going to place the link in the comments, and that's going to literally start on Thanksgiving. And we're going to have different themes and topics to share throughout the 6 weeks. And basically, obviously, the first one's going to be gratitude because we're going to be in the Thanksgiving season, which I am so excited about. Like, I love Thanksgiving for the very fact that you can just really be in a state of grace and consciousness of all the things that have happened in your life. It really is a reflection, right? It is the start of the Sagittarian energy. We're heading into the winter solstice, and all of that is reflection, reflection, reflection. Now, the history behind Thanksgiving, I'm not so fond of. However, what has been evolving over the years is this time for family, and especially with how busy we are lately, it's tough to be connected. It's tough to just set aside differences and enjoy a meal together, right? There's all these underlying hidden motivations or underlying resentments that then kind of keep us from gathering together. And ultimately, this is a time where we can be with family no matter who or what they are, understanding that there are differences in the world. Like, no two people are like, even if you're the same family, or even if you're part of the same spiritual family, there's just different energies, right? And as we converse with each other, as we open up and just listen, we can just hear an insight into the deepest part of each person and hear their stories, right? Listen to what they're going through and be there with. Be there with them in order for us to witness one another in this experience called life, right? So here we are. The challenge is up there in the corner of your inbox or the comment there, so please be sure to click on it. We are charging for this one because we have noticed when there's a little bit of an edge of an investment, more people are more likely to participate. So if you want to get your mind, body, spirit, and emotions in a place where you have a solid foundation, especially when the new year begins, then join us, okay? And I hope you are there with me. So, off to the clearing. Michelle, thank you so much for joining me. So happy to see you. Excited to have you here. I hope you're doing well. So I have my wonderful pendulum. DJ, what's up? And I have my charts. It is getting so battered because I keep using this like crazy because guess what? There's a lot of people going through so many things. They're uncovering this unconscious part of themselves and like waking up and realizing like, oh my goodness, time has shown me there's different things going on in my life and I no longer need to be in this kind of way or world or experience. And so I'm doing that too. Like, I don't know about you, but I've had some crazy ass growth in the last 2 months, and I don't feel the same, even though I look the same, right? Maybe a little more gray hair, but you know. Anyway, so let's go to the charts. I already prepped us. And if you're ready for a clearing so that you can welcome in the manifestations of today, then I encourage you to continue listening on. And if you can't, be sure to watch the replay. Okay, so what do we need to clear first and foremost to get to open up to our manifestations? Where is it? And I say open up because you know what? Some of us are kind of blocked sometimes because when we have a filter over our noggin, almost like a big box, we can't see anything, right? We just see what we think we see. And so these opportunities that are coming left and right and right and left are like just banging into the box and then falling down because we can't see anything. Phoenix, I missed you. And I missed these too. I've been in a place where I'm like, I'm not ready to put myself out there. But guess what? 1111 was like calling me. You know, it's that number that says, do it. So here I am. Here I am. So what I'm being directed to is the healing chart. And what I love about this is it's giving me all the different ways that we can apply healing to ourselves. And so the number one thing that's showing up is the Star of David. And what that means is we just all need freaking protection, right? I think we're all getting bombarded left and right and right and left by all kinds of things. And it's like, just stop, right? So the Star of David is giving us this protection around us, helping us reflect back out what we are on the inside. And as we are radiating possibly love or radiating fear, we're going to get that back to us in a way that we can clear it and heal it. Because many, if you see it as a hologram, and if you can look at the Star of David, there's probably, I don't know how many facets there. But at the same time, these are the facets that we are calling into our lives so that we can grow and evolve on such deeper levels. Like when I first encountered this kind of energy, I was afraid of it. I was righteous. I was in justification of my own identity. But when I looked at what's really coming to me right now, it was really all a protection to give me an opportunity to face these parts of myself that may have been left behind in fear, anger, or sadness. And when they are in those places, right, I can't see the forest through the trees. So we're going to place this protection around us, knowing that full well everything is happening for us right now, giving us an opportunity to see the reflection and projection that's coming from the inside out, and also giving us that safe space to be able to handle these issues, to be able to move through them and literally have a realization so strong that boom, it turns into something more blissful, happy, joyful, peaceful, all of that. Because those, my dears, have no opposites, right? When you're reflecting joy, joy just comes back to you. When you're reflecting fear, guess what? Fear comes back to you. We want to change that energy, protect ourselves, and come at a place where, you know, we're dealing with what we need to deal with now to evolve into a higher state of being. All right, so let's go ahead and apply the Star of David and place it around each and every one of you. And I'm going to rain down some rainbow frequency inside of that. And so whatever you're seeing right now might be an iridescent, beautiful rainbow lights coming through your own star. And if you want to add any sorts of colors or crystals to it, especially in this time, I'm going to add some black tourmaline, especially to clear out any negative energies from your system and keep those away. But we want to be in a place where we understand that the ones that do come in are the ones that are reflecting back to us that we need to work on. Perfect. And I'm also going to add some clear quartz for purification, helping us see a little bit more of that energy of through clarity and consciousness. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, applied, accurate, complete. Yes, we did it. All right, is there anything else we need to do to open up to manifestations? No. How about to receive manifestations? Yes, let's look at that one. Receiving. Are you ready to receive? Put your hands out like a fist. Okay. Do you think in this fist, like if I drop something in there, like you can actually grab it, right? Like I'm going to drop it. It doesn't work, right? So put your hand out. Allow your hand to open and let it drop into your hand and receive, okay? Because if we're fighting and we're like resistant and we're in this space like this, then we're not going to be able to receive anything. Like it's just dropping in and it's not going. See? So open your hand and allow. So what is blocking, or what do we need to clear that might be not supporting us in receiving? Some programming. What could that be? It's here. Ha! Dysfunction of the mind, right? Like our brains, geez Louise, right? Our minds have a idealization, a construct around it based on everything we've known and seen and experienced. And sometimes it's faulty, right? I actually just did a spell breaking with my mentor, and he was able to support me in seeing how sometimes I have come from symptoms of codependency. And in that codependency, I've had a lot of fear. And in that fear, it was hard for me to really express myself. And so instead of expressing my truth and expressing myself, I would encounter experiences where I would hold back and people would yell at me because I wasn't really expressing myself fully because I was scared. And when I began to break through that energy and find out the core of where that came from, all of a sudden, all these frames and images had like literally lined up in like smushed together and then we're obliterated because I'm not the one who operates from codependency anymore, right? And those parts of me that had created evidence of who I've been and who I've thought I had to be for so long no longer exist because I came to the realization of it, and now I can act in my true self in a way where I don't have to fear. How did I freaking do that, right? Guess what? There is a huge piece right now that's happening where our mind distracts us from actually feeling, right? So we're going to ruminate over and over and over again about how someone did us wrong or how they did this to me or how I'm punishing myself because I was a failure and I did something wrong, right? These are all pieces that are distracting us from the actual feeling of it. So what did I do? I sat there and breathed myself into presence and allowed myself to feel fear. And ooh, it was like my whole body was shaking because I've been holding that for so long, because anytime I'd speak whatever I needed to speak, I was afraid, feeling the fear that someone was going to yell at me. And guess what? Because of that, I got that, right? Of course someone's going to yell at me. Of course someone's going to try to correct me. Of course I'm going to say it in a way where they're going to probably yell at me because I believe that to be true, and I held so much fear around that. So when I began to clear that fear, bam, like I felt so free. My right shoulder that was holding so much energy was like, and it wasn't through the thinking, right? And that's the dysfunction of the mind. The mind thinks it can think its way through to healing, but guess what? It can't. All its job is to do is to think. So of course it's going to think, but when we think too much, the other thing that's going on is the feeling. And if the feeling is stuck in our bodies and not allowing any kind of movement, then we're just like letting our thoughts put a cap on that and recreate it over and over and over and over and over again. So we want to go into the feeling and allow ourselves to feel, not think we're feeling, but really feel, maybe even for the first time in your life, to feel that, so that then we can get into a place where we're releasing and integrating probably these lost and separated pieces that have been within us for a really, really long ass time, right? And as we integrate them and acknowledge these parts of us, right? My fear has been there since I was young, and she's been left in a tiny box, and I've said, nope, you got to stay in the fear, right? Instead of supporting her, saying it's okay to be fearful. What you experienced was fearful, and I'm here now, right? We're giving ourselves an opportunity to let go of the mind and the dysfunction that it could make it better, because it can't. The mind only knows what it knows, and I've got to surrender to my feelings and into the deepest part of me, which is my higher self, which knows way more than I do, right? So let's go ahead and clear the dysfunction of the mind. And if you have anything that you feel like you want to comment on, especially around this energy of dysfunction of the mind, where we, utilize our minds way too much to solve things that are basically not where it's supposed to solve it, right? We can't solve something with what we think we know. We've got to access something deeper, and that's our true feelings. That's our higher self. So what are you working on right now that is really not supporting you in receiving manifestations? Clearing, clearing, clearing. Ooh, I also got another hit. Okay. So the mind sometimes can be also in a place where we're so adamant in how it's supposed to look, right? Because we've been planning, or we've been setting a goal and intention towards what it is that we want. And when it doesn't look that way, right, we're going to literally block it. We're not going to receive it. Whereas if we just allow ourselves to open and receive and be appreciative of what's showing up, then the mind, because the mind can't conceive what that may look like. It's in the future. It hasn't even happened yet. So maybe, just maybe, something better something more suited for you, and the world around you is going to drop into your lap and say, here I am. But if you close the door because it has to look a certain way, then you're already blocking the receptivity of what's supposed to be yours in the first place. Okay? All right. Is there anything else blocking us from receiving our manifestation? Okay. Is there anything blocking us from allowing manifestations to occur? Oh, yes, this is one. So, what might be hindering us from having manifestations occur in our lives? We're looking at 9B. And we're looking at health and well-being and spiritual support and meditation. I love this one. We get this one a lot in the past. Hey, Jerica, I'm so glad you're here. Definitely feel this. I'm open to this block and clearing it. Yes. Blah, blah, clear, clear, clear. Okay. So spiritual support and meditation. So blocking the manifestations. What are you telling me? Okay, I got it. That's funny. All right, I had to literally do exactly what that is oftentimes we already have an answer for everything, right? Because it's like call and response. You know, Marco Polo, Marco Polo. Like if we are in a place where, you know, why are we not able to get spiritual support and meditation? Because we're already filled with the answers, but those are the answers that we know. Those are the answers that we've seen. But what about the answers we don't know? And what about the answers that are like beyond what we've known, right? And spiritual support is saying, like, I have no freaking clue how to do any of this. Like, my small self, it's done this way and that way, every which way, and it's not working. And I'm at my wit's end. So, get it, wit's end, to the mind's end. I'm done. I can't think of that anymore. I've got to tap into something greater. I got to tap into my higher self. I got to tap into the universal cosmos of what is possible. And it is there where we're going to allow the manifestations to occur, because the small self doesn't want the manifestations. Why? Because if it gets these things, it's going to go against the ideas we have about ourselves. Like, I am the one who doesn't get what I want, right? So the bind is already, I'm the one who doesn't get what I want. So of course, if you want the manifestations to come, you're not going to receive it because you're the one who doesn't get what they want, right? Or we can also look at it in a way where when we tap into the spiritual, it allows us to open up to the possibilities. Like, I've been teaching this a lot to my clients about quantum questions. Quantum questions are so profound because it's, you know, asking the questions not of our mind, the call and response, but asking the questions of the possibilities, where it's an expanded viewpoint of whatever's possible, right? And my mentor's teaching me this right now, and it's pretty freaking amazing because I've been utilizing it with money, and money is just literally falling off the trees for me lately. And I'm like so thankful, like so thankful, because I truly was in a place where I wasn't sure how I was going to be in this time period of my life as things are changing for me. However, I have been operating on the belief that I always get what I need. And when I operate from that, because it's always within me, I do always get what I need. It might not be at the time that I need it, but I always get it, right? But I wanted to expand myself even further, because before, what I was asking is how, why is it always that I have these bills, right? And then the minds of like, of course, you have a bad spending habit, you got this much rent, blah, blah, blah. It's like these tangible things that basically is giving me the evidence of that, right? But if we're asking a quantum question, we're going beyond that. It's like, how is it possible that no matter what my bank account says, there's more where that's coming from? Like, if you feel into that for a second, it's almost like, whoa, like, of course, no matter what my bank account's doing. Like there's always more of that coming in. And then as I'm saying that to myself and even adding more, how is it possible that the universe always blesses me with abundance? Boom, there's more energy coming through, right? And so my mentor has been really like supporting me and like thinking in these ways, so it expands my purview rather than limits it and keeps me in this place where I'm stuck. And so when I'm asking for this kind of spiritual support, the heavens are like, oh yeah, of course, like anything's possible, like let me show you so you can truly believe, right? And so as this is happening for me, it's like boom, 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 things are like manifesting, and I'm like, thank you, God. Or thank you, higher self, thank you, thank you, thank you. Like truly, truly grateful, because now I can be at ease, right? That no matter what, I'm always going to be blessed with money. I'm always going to get it when I need. And no matter what my bank account is doing, there's always more than where that came from, right? So I can relax. And when I relax, I'm not going like this. I'm going like this, and I can receive. So let's go ahead and clear any blocks to receiving spiritual support based on possibly our ego saying, no, you can't have that. No, you are the one who does this, so you can't receive any of these manifestations. And now let's open up to the quantum questions of what's possible and allowing what is to be yours, right? I actually had a client the other day. Clem! Hi, honey. You are always blessed. You are always, always blessed. And that's a cool thing too. As we edify one another, like we remind each other of what we really are, our true selves, our core essence. And sometimes we forget, right? So we got to remind each other. And as one says it, it also is for the other. So just remember that. What one says, you can take it on. There's no competition there. We're all one. We really are. It's just we've separated ourselves. We thought we were someone else, or we thought we were the one who didn't belong, right? So we're changing that now and asking for spiritual support and meditation. So we can get more clear with ourselves and access higher consciousness. So what I was going to say earlier is I had a client that basically was in a place where they felt stuck. They feel really stuck because the things that are coming to them right now, it's reproducing all the things that they've always gotten, and they just want to be in a different place already, right? Hello, we all want to do that. However, maybe, just maybe, the things that are manifesting right now are because this is what you put in place between you and that, right? This is the conundrum. This is the chaos that is like that energy of because I'm the one who cannot receive, then these are the barriers or the blocks or the things that I put in place so that I don't get what I want, right? So if you're dealing with a stuck energy, like really look at what you're doing and maybe add a different twist, right? There might be something here that is showing you like something that you've believed for so long that is not allowing you to get what you prefer, right? And if you can acknowledge it, if you can feel it, if you can be with it, then it probably won't recreate itself, because then it's now happy and fulfilled and can become more integrated with your whole self, right? So right now there's all these expanded frames all around you, and we've got to look at each one of them. And I'm going to clear some energy around these frames that these have to be the way that it is, because it doesn't have to be the way that it is. It's just what we thought it had to be because we've got so much evidence on that. And yet when we finally clear it within ourselves and come into resonance, maybe we're no longer going to be reflecting that, right? Remember, we put on that Star of David to help us protect ourselves as we're going through this learning process, so we can see what's really reflecting back to us that's in here. And when you can feel it in here, it starts to move back into this beautiful, gorgeous sense of yourself. And then boom, you're no longer going to get that reflection. Like, how freaking cool is that? So Um, that's it. That's it. That's all. So that's all, folks. This was powerful for me. I hope it was powerful for you. I'm really grateful to all of you who joined me today, and for all you replay viewers. I know this is a 30-minute long clearing, but that's sometimes how long it takes, right? And my words are just spilling out, and I hope it blesses you on this beautiful day and every day thereafter, because guess what? We are always in the now, and each moment that we're in the now, we get another experience, and in that experience we get another chance to evolve, we get another chance to know more of ourselves and to recall back ourselves. So I hope to continue to do this with you, but if you want a greater opportunity to experience this with me and my girlfriend Adriana with Fuerte Fitness, we're going to do a whole mind, body, spirit, emotion thing. I want you to join us. Click the link in the comments. It's going to be awesome. We start on Thanksgiving. Hope to see you there. Thank you so much. Thank you, Jerica. Thank you, Clem. Thank you, Michelle. Have a beautiful Aloha Friday. Bye. Thank you, DJ. I see you. Oh, crap. My guides are like, Candace, close the container. All right. I close and seal the field. Unto the source creator God, thank you so much for this clearing today, and allow more manifestations into all of our lives, because we are creators, and as we create we will manifest, and as we manifest we will create a world that we do desire and that we do love to enjoy being a part of. Blessings to those that are veterans, blessings to those that are a part of the military still and being of service to us. Thank you so much for who you be, and I hope and pray you are always safe. And for everyone out there, be safe, love one another, love, light, and aloha. Bye, guys. The end.